Given
The only reason I haven't paid Kyle is $100 for Biden winning the thing. Like, I think the date was whoever comes out of the DNC. What do they call the coronation ceremony? The convention, right? He has to come in. I'm not 100% convinced he'll live until the convention, and it's like 6 weeks from now.
Yeah. I don't mind you not paying. I'm like, yeah, I mean, fair's fair. They might die.
Kyle's writing him, sir, just a kale shake a day. It's only for the next 6 weeks, even. After that,
have you thought about keto? We've got to keep you healthy, sir.
I'm going on the carnivore diet. I don't. I think I only eat crabs or something on it. Or no, maybe it's a dinosaur thing.
I only eat carnivores.
I only eat
carnivores, is my understanding. I've been eating nothing but bear for weeks. Gotta say, I feel awful.
But it makes me more aggressive.
My heart's
Taylor.
never beat this way before. It's marching to the beat if it's on dry. Oh, my teeth fell out again. Yeah.
It's so hard to find that elk meat. I've heard not only Joe Rogan but several others talk about. Yeah, it does make you feel more aggressive, and I'm like, well, I want to find out, and it can't taste bad. And I've done so much Googling to try to find like elk steaks and stuff. Unless you want to pay an exorbitant amount of money for these things, and I don't. Like, you
that
can't get them.
Question that he asked Bernie on the Joe Rogan Experience.
I found, like, for one thing, the website I found looked like it was from 1995.
Right.
Like it
you don't even know if it's active.
It's active, but it just looked shady.
Okay.
It looked like I didn't want to do business with people with a website that poor.
It's on
GeoCities
and it plays music when you get there. It's
awful. It's awful. It's playing Home on the Range as you're scrolling through the meat selection.
Yes.
and I just but the steaks were like they were fairly cheap. They were like $25 a steak or something like that, which isn't you'd pay that for a really good beef steak, like certainly filet mignon.
Like, how much is a filet mignon at
$20 a pound?
What is the place we go to
outside Morton's?
Chicago? Yeah.
Yeah, if you're getting a prepared filet, you're gonna pay $75 to $100 somewhere. But if you're buying the meat, it's about $20 a pound.
Okay.
I've got my sous vide in my kitchen. I got my sous vide bags ready. Tomorrow night, my girlfriend and I are gonna buy some quality steaks. I'm not sure what cut I want yet. Maybe filet, maybe something else. And we're gonna break that bad boy in. I'm excited to use it. I still need to figure out what sides I want. Maybe some like garlic rosemary roasted potatoes or some roasted carrots. That sounds good.
Do smashed potatoes.
We're getting a new George Foreman grill. That old beat up thing. Gonna be a new grill to lick, ladies and gentlemen.
It's got a new grill. Look, Kyle, do you have any tips for the first sous videing for what I should do?
What kind of vessel are you going to use for the water?
What's the best thing to use? I mean,
I use a plastic tote, like a clear plastic tote that's about 2.5 feet long by about maybe a foot wide, because it's just so cheap, and I can just dump it out, and then I put the sous vide in it once it's dumped out and throw it into a cabinet, and it just stays there when I'm not using it. Because you can buy these special tanks that have lids and all this other nonsense, and I don't see the point in all that. You just whatever's cheap. The thing is, you want something big enough that the steaks, especially if you're cooking like 4 steaks, if you got everybody over, have enough room to kind of separate from each other. They also sell these things that have like grids in them, so you can slide the steaks in and they keep them separate. I don't need that either. I just throw them in there. They sink to the bottom.
Okay.
So no, not really any tips. Season it however you like. You could throw in like a tablespoon of butter in there with it. It'll absorb some of that butter. Or whatever kind of oil. Olive oil is good.
Yeah, I mean, I usually use olive oil. I'll probably do butter tomorrow night just because to treat myself a little more. But as far as seasoning, like a really nice cut of meat, I just do like salt and pepper generally.
I only put the pepper on after I've seared it, because I feel like my pan is so hot that it burns the pepper and it makes kind of a bitter taste. But yeah, just salt most of the time, then pepper after.
So I'm showing a video for people like me that don't know what a sous vide is all about. I'm showing a video, and is what you bought like the vertical dildo looking thing that goes to does it come with the pot, or is just the heating element? Okay, so you bring your own pot.
You can put it on any pot.
Any and then pot, you put your food in a bag, and then that bag exists in a pool of hot water, and that's what cooks.
Yeah.
How long does it? It's a slow cooking procedure, right? It's not a
No.
microwave.
Well, not slow, but not slow as in slow cooker, which is like 4 to 8 hours.
Okay.
If I'm cooking steaks, they'll be in there for about an hour, hour and a half.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And
So
you
it's a
set it
long
to the
way from a
internal-
microwave.
Yeah, and you can find all the relative temperatures online, but you're setting the temperature of the water to what you want the internal temperature of the piece of meat to be. So it comes out literally perfect.
Why
So
is
if you want,
why is a sous vide different than putting a pot of water on a flame?
because you can't maintain that exact
mostly
temperature
the
like
precision,
that.
I
It would go
guess,
up
right?
and down.
It's about
This
the
is-
precision. Okay.
This is precise. Like it's continuously monitoring the temperature of the water and raising that temperature to keep it right where you want it.
Okay. All right. Well,
And you obviously sear it after the sous vide, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're doing chicken breasts, like boneless, skinless chicken breasts, I don't even sear them because you can't. All you do is put color on them anyway, and it's barely color. I just eat them like that. But if I'm doing steak, I get a cast iron pan. I put some avocado oil in there, and I get that motherfucker hot. And I literally 45 seconds each side, and then that's it.
I'm so hungry. I just
have
want
you
to
had
eat.
dinner?
I ate some before this, but now I've got a sous vide video of a steak up, and oh man, I want one so bad. I've been so
David's-
good about my eating the last couple of weeks. I'm down 5 pounds in the last 15 days or so.
Nice.
Real good about it. Eventually you just get tired of it. You're like, man, I hate the way I look in the mirror when I'm about to step in the shower every morning. What is that quote? Is that a Simpsons thing where it's like you step out and you hate the way you hate yourself every morning? I'll have to go back and find that. But yeah, you know what I mean, where you just step out of the shower, catch a glimpse of yourself, and you're just like, oh, God, look at how much shit is just some unnecessary just shit hanging out. You know, you do that thing where you like lean your body, your torso to see how far you can go before your fat creases up. Oh, that is a sad thing.
Yeah.
That is a sad thing. I had a bunch of mirrors in my master bathroom, and so you're like looking at yourself about to get in the shower, and you like catch another mirror reflection of your back, and you're like, oh, I'm fat backed.
You're making a mistake. My house, only funhouse mirrors. I'm fucking sexy and tall.
Just
and
think
thin.
how tasty you would be if someone ate you, though. You're marbled.
Oh, dude,
Damn,
I would.
Danny.
Of the 4 of us, I bet I taste the best.
I don't know. Have you been drinking your pineapple juice?
I've been drinking I've been eating a bunch of pears recently.
Mm.
Bunch of
too.
pears and apples.
They're
Yeah.
in season, I believe, at least according to Trader Joe's.
Danny,
Would
you
you
make
eat a
muscle
person if you
again?
could?
Would I eat a person if I could?
Yeah.
Memes.
Like if you could go to like Morton's and they were like, do you want the filet mignon or do you want the Cajun strip steak, or would you
Lewis.
like some of Pete? And you're like, well, what kind of life did Pete live? Well, he's farm raised, grain fed, worked out every day, not too tough though, lots of cardio, and well, how do you prepare Pete? Well, we can sous vide him up. I would order Pete. I would totally eat Pete.
If it was the
Now
norm,
we force-fed Pete a diet of nothing but vodka, giving him a fatty liver. This is Pete foie gras.
so anybody in Russia. Yeah, if it was the norm to eat people, I'm sure I would. If it was legal in some country to eat people and I was allowed to film the thing and put it up online, I would probably do it there too.
I'd only want a couple bites just because I'm pretty sure it's going to taste like pork.
I'm gonna clean my
I
plate.
feel like the person that Kyle described, right? All that cardio, all that exercise, not good.